Hello, I've just been given the cue from Andy Warren to say that we are live. I'm going to be coming over the desk this time. Goodness me. That is athletic.
Ugh, athletic.
Right. Ipswich Town are still in the FA Cup.
Yep.
But we are going to Sincil Bank. And when this draw was made, we were at our respective homes. And you text me straight away and said, just to let you know, Stu, this will be going to a replay.
And I was right, and I am delighted about that, as I'm sure everybody is. The players, the staff, the managers, the fans, and us, all delighted that Ipswich Town are still in the FA Cup, aren't we?
It did feel very Ipswich Towny for us to be going to Sincil Bank, just as we did in January 2017. And we don't need to remind you what happened on that infamous night in front of the BBC One cameras. But putting all that aside, what do we make of today's performance? Let's start with the team. 10 changes, the entire outfield 10 from the 1-0 win at Rochdale on Tuesday night changed.
Yeah.
What do you think of Mr. Lambert's approach to this one today?
I'm not entirely against it, if I'm honest. I think we expected it. I'm not entirely against it. There were some good players on the pitch there today. Well, I don't know. I would have liked to have seen a bit more caution to the wind thrown once either they were 1-0 down with half an hour to go or once the equaliser had gone in. That's where my gripe comes in, that James Norwood getting 4 minutes at the end. Try, when you're back level, try and go for everything to win it today. That's where my gripe would be. I can see why you wouldn't be a fan of the changes. I'm not entirely against it, if I'm honest.
Yeah. For me, just 2-3 more sort of hardened first-team key players might have made the difference, because I think you could see second half that the semi-fit fringe players coming back from injury started to find their feet. They started to get better, and they might have, just the difference of having a Norwood in the team. Flynn Downs obviously played, which helped in midfield. Might have made the difference and given them a chance. And as it is, they're going to end up with a replay. And you say that no one wanted that. Emir Hughes, Will Keane, people like that, they'll probably be delighted that it's gone to a replay, because they want game time at the moment. So the first half was poor, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, not good. Disjointed, struggling to connect with Will Keane, who was kind of playing a lone striker role, had Dobra coming off him a little bit, but Ipswich always struggle when they can't connect with a lone front man of that kind, and that's how it went. A goal, 37 minutes, came down the Ipswich left in behind, pulled back. I thought Tyler Walker was offside. I've not seen it again. You think he might have been either level or behind the crosser. We'll wait and see. But
that was just instinct at the time. No one's made a real fuss about it afterwards.
No,
so.
Only Janoy Donatian. He was convinced it was offside.
Okay.
Nobody else.
Right.
Maybe he was the one that was playing him on.
Yeah, perhaps. But I mean, they deserved to be behind at the break, and it wasn't great, was it? I mean, the referee was poor today. He was inconsistent. I don't think he gave Ipswich a single free kick in the first half, which is remarkable.
He did within seconds of the second half, though. What a roar! Yeah,
it booed onto the pitch and then did that. But they were much better second half, and that was a sort of subtle tactical tweak. Dazelle moved inside from the right and played as the number 10. Dobra moved out to the right wing. It suited both their games so much more. Dazelle came in for a lot of praise from Lambert. Sat here afterwards, said he felt he dictated the speed of the game, and it was a lovely finish that got the equaliser. But before that, we had the major turning point, which was 75th minute, penalty to Lincoln. Toto Enciala, just like at Accrington, with a bit of a clumsy foul in the box.
I'll defer to you on this one because I did not see it fully. But yeah, from what I saw, his body in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, ball bounces in the box, and he was just a split second late to the scene and ends up sort of barging into the player. Not as bad as the one at Accrington, but clumsy. I think it goes into that bracket, and that is unfortunately something that Toto has in his locker, and it's a shame because he'd been playing okay up until that point. And I thought he responded really well to giving that away afterwards, actually. It was a vital clearing header at the near post, a lovely little skill, a little Cruyff turn flick up the line at one stage under pressure. But he gives away the penalty, and Ipswich are let off the hook because Tyler Walker fluffs it. I don't know what he was trying to do. No real connection. Will Norris just takes a bit of a step to his right and makes the save.
Well, he really should have scored the rebound as well, shouldn't he? Norris kind of out of position then, having made the save. He was first to the rebound and couldn't put it in. 2-0 would have been beyond Ipswich, wouldn't it? But as it is, we've got Andre Giselle popping up with a really neat little ball that's nestled just inside the post, and we go again.
We go again, and I thought that was probably what Ipswich deserved on the second half performance, because Will Keane twice agonisingly on the stretch, not quite making contact with crosses. Edwards from the right, Hughes from the left the second time around. I think Paul Gascoigne in Euro 96, someone sort of stretching in and just whisking inches away from the studs, and Downs had a lovely turn and shot that went wide. Kenlock, who I thought, had a decent game today. I know he's not been everybody's favourite. Him and Donacien have both slipped well down the pecking order, but I thought they did okay today. More minutes in the legs of Hughes, more minutes in the legs of Keane. I guess we've got to take the positives from today, and heading up to Lincolnshire a week on Wednesday. That has now been confirmed. So a fairly meaningless game at Colchester in the EFL Trophy on Tuesday, then a blank weekend because of the Oxford game, and then we've got the replay.
We will see. Ipswich still in the hat. They'll be in Monday's draw, but can they get through to round 2? And can they win a game in the FA Cup? Go to Sincil Bank to find out. I'm going to go turn the button off on the camera. I'm going to have to go over the desk again, I think.
That did not sound good.